Welcome back to another video. So today we're down here getting ready to go fishing for shrimp. It's currently 8 o'clock in the morning, so it's a bit of a later start. The weather was blowing about 30 knots last night, about 35 mile an hour from the south to west, and there was a 6-meter swell overnight as well. But we'll see how it shapes up. We'll have to give it a go anyway. Even if I could get through just half the gear today that I planned on getting through, maybe if we could haul 200 pots or maybe 250, we'll see how we go. I'm just going to leave go of the ropes here now and we'll go out and have a go off and we'll see what it's like. There's probably still going to be a swell up, seeing as there was so much weather last night, but we'll see what we can do. So we're just at the end of the harbour here now, and it's fairly lumpy. The wind has gone out of it, but there's still a ground swell there, meaning big slow rollers. We have 2.2 miles to go. As I was explaining in the last video, it's all sandy and muddy ground that we fish shrimp. When the weather is bad, you need dirty water and a big swell for them to take the bait. If the weather's calm, you're wasting your time even baiting the pots. So your weather window is very short. You need to have the pots baited just before the weather gets up. Otherwise, if you miss that window and you don't bait the pots, you're going to haul for nothing. So we're just coming up to the first string here now. And it's an ebb tide, meaning the tide is on the way out. And when the tide is on the way out here, the tide runs west. So we always haul them into the tide. And then when we're shooting back, we shoot them with the tide. It keeps the gear tight. It's similar if you were shooting into the tide. It's like walking on a treadmill. It's pushing the gear back and bunching it up. And when they're going through bad weather, it leaves slack rope for foul ups. When you're shooting with the tide, it keeps the gear very tight along the bottom. So we have two 25 kg weights on each end of these. Seeing as the shrimp pots are light, we have to have good weights to weigh them down. First pot, fairly slack there. We also fish strings of 25 with these shrimp pots. It's just due to deck space here. It's all we can fit on the deck. Starfish. No good to us, but they also live on sandy ground, and if the weather's calm at all, there'll be a lot of them in the shrimp pots. But when the conditions are right, like today, there's actually a very big swell there. You probably can't see it on the camera, but when there's dirty water and a big swell, big ground swell, they're the perfect conditions for shrimp to feed. So, all going well, when we shoot these back, they'll be going into them. A lot of starfish in them. The starfish feed on the shrimp if the weather's calm. they'll go into the pots and start eating the shrimp, so we can't leave them too long. Once it's calm, we prefer to get out and haul them as quick as possible. I would say the bait's been gone out of these pots before the weather was right, because there has been big weather up there the last 2 days, and the fishing's actually slack. For those conditions would normally bring a lot better fishing for us. I'm just throwing the starfish out of the pots here before I dump them in, save me picking them out the box after. There's not much bycatch with shrimp. Besides obviously a few starfish, you'll also get shells, hermit crabs and small bits and pieces like that. You get the odd Dublin Bay prawn in them, but not a whole pile. I have 1 or 2 in it there now. I'll show you once I finish hauling. So what we're getting out of the pots here won't be what we're keeping either. We'll be grading them with the 9mm grader, and the small ones go back over the side. We like to grade them fairly well because you get that bit more for your stuff, and it's just a better product. So there's no minimum size on the shrimp you can land, but if your stuff is very mixed, you're not going to get paid well for it. So the better you grade them, the better average price you're going to get. So we just have a little bait twine in here inside in the pots, with a twine running from one end to the other widthways, with a knot on the twine and a cable tie, so you can slide the cable tie back and forth. So all the bait is gone out of these now. So I'm just picking up 4 fish here, opening up the twine and putting it in and sliding the cable tie so the bait is secure in the pot. I'll show you in a minute when I'm finished hauling there. And it's giving a good swell, so I'm going to shoot these back where they are. Because unlike lobsters, you have to keep moving your gear to freshen the ground. Shrimp aren't like that, and you can keep shooting back. Once the conditions are right, they'll go into them. We have our 25 kg weight. And we have another weight here to come up, and then we'll be hauling the buoy line. So that's the first one done. Only another 225 to go. So I've just thrown away the buoy, and the weights are going away first. Same self-shooting as it was with the lobster pots in the last video. It's a great system because it gives me time to be in here, especially when you're on your own, shooting gear on your own would be very dangerous over the side. There'd be a risk of you getting fouled in it and no one there to stop the boat. So as I'm inside in the wheelhouse here, it's safe, and I can just concentrate on making sure the gear goes on the right patch of ground. Makes life all that much easier. Wait away, and the last. So this is what we've ended up with. Around half a box of bulk. You can see this is what they call here Dublin Bay prawns. They're beautiful teeth. So we have a couple of them. This is a starfish here. They stick onto the pots. They have all these little suckers on them. Similar to octopus or squid, they have small, tiny little suckers. So out deeper here, in about 25 fathom, you get a few prawns. But these shrimp are kind of mixed this time of year. The shrimp are just mixed for some reason. Earlier in the year there's a lot better quality around, and coming to the end of the season will be the end of February now, they will get bigger again. So here's your brown shrimp. That's a female here. You can see she's carrying eggs, all these little brown eggs. So these are the ones we're after, the bigger ones. And this little shrimp here, he's probably 6 months old. So they're fairly clean. There's not much in them besides what should be in them. We have a couple of small crabs and stuff. They'll all be going back. So we only keep the best of it. So we have our 9mm grader here. It's just a black plastic grader, and the slots are 9mm, so it leaves all the small stuff through. As I said earlier, we like to grade them well to ensure that we have the best possible stuff that we can keep and reach the highest price. So that's the shrimp graded here now, and as you can see, they're all fine shrimp. But we have a lot left over on the table here, and some of them are keepable. If I was to grade with an 8mm, I could probably get another couple of kilos out of this string. But being honest, keeping your stuff better and getting a higher price, I think it's better. So I'm going to put it into this little black basket. This is how we store them. So there's about 5 kilos in that string, which isn't bad. If things are right, you could haul for up to between 8 and 10, sometimes even more. The most I've had in the string is 20 kilos. I'll actually open this box here and give you a bit of a close-up. So this is the finished product. Here, as you can see, they're the largest of what we've caught. So we have the bin here with the hose running into it, and when that fills up, that's what keeps them alive. So they'll be live when they hit market, and they're cooked on the day, so you couldn't get any fresher. So we're down to the last string of the day here now. And to be honest, the fishing's been slack. But in this job you can't be too hard on yourself, or you'd probably be going home every day crying. Every day is different. Just a few turns in it here. There we go. And we're done. Just like that. So here's what we've ended up with. A lot of starfish through them. They look to be not too bad sized shrimp. And we have a conger eel here. He's a small one now, but there's no dealing with them. The small ones aren't too bad, but if he bit you there now, you'd know about it. They're vicious. He's only a small little fella. I'd say he's half weak from being inside the pot so long. Maybe he'll definitely come back. There he goes. So we have our shrimps in the bin there, and we'll be boxing them up now on the way in. So just to shoot this string first. As I was saying, I'd explain. Here's the bait twines. So we just have a knot here on this end. We have a cable tie here. So I just slide that up to that end. Spread them out with your fingers. You just put the fish in and slide it back. And that's your bait secured. We just have the lids here. This is the eye. And just put them on. They slot in. They slot into little slots here. And then you just twist them like that. And the bungee just keeps them from opening. So they're the same on both sides. So this is us here currently. We're heading into this rock here, and we're going shooting another string of shrimp pots just out here, just along the edge of the rough. We just box up the shrimp. We'll grade the shrimp first, pick any bits that needs to be picked out of them, grade them, box them up, then take the ones out of the bin, box them up as well. And that's James Ford there. It's an old historical building. Thanks for tuning in to another video. If you have any questions, leave them below in the comments. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you on the next one.